Alright, it's your boy, I'm back. Y'all see me, y'all definitely see the book. So let me read something for y'all real quick before we get right into it. So Psalms 1 and 1. I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his delight doth he meditate day and night. Verse 3, imperative. He shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf shall also not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. See, this is the thing we want y'all to focus on today. So Mashana and I have been going crazy because I was gone last week. I didn't do a video. I've been just like on a small hiatus, learning and growing and get some understanding. But he showed me two things. He said you can have a puddle mentality or you can have a river mentality. I want y'all to pay attention. I want to slow this down and let y'all grasp this. See, with a puddle, that's something that came from the sky, because I'm gonna give y'all a little quick little ecosystem understanding. When it gets hot and some of the water starts to dry up from the river, it evaporates, but it goes into the clouds. The clouds actually help formulate it, so then when it disperses, it becomes rain and rains somewhere else. Just a little short synopsis, so y'all get a little understanding of what's going on. So when it rains and you got these little crevices in the concrete or the street, whatever, and they become puddles, they're there temporarily. See, this is the thing. A lot of us, our mentalities are more like puddles. The things are, we see stuff, but it's so temporal, we don't want it to last. See, the river is something that's going to keep flowing, it's going to keep growing, it's going to keep moving into something different. Every twist and every turn of the river, it goes into another place. It takes you to a place you've never been before. Sometimes it gets lower. Catch that. Sometimes it gets, the water's a little bit lower, but sometimes it raises real high. See, this is the thing about our life. We're going to have struggles, we're going to have our ups and downs, and we're going to run into rocks, we're going to run into crevices. We're going to run in encampments or basements, whatever it's called. I can't remember the word exactly. But the thing is, that's just part of the thing that we go through. But if you live in this puddle, once the sun hit it and dries it up, it's over. That means you're done. That means you gave up. That means you quit. See, that puddle mentality is something that's just temporary. Because it's there, the sun hit it, and you can even walk past and see it glistening. But when you go, you can walk 3 or 4 blocks and come back. If it's warm enough outside, that puddle will be gone. But see, that river ain't gonna disappear. Some of it may come down, it may subside a little bit, but you know it's gonna keep flowing, because then when it does rain, it will rain back on that river. So that means water more is being replenished. Thank you, Lord. He said, my cup runneth over. So in other words, you'll never run dry. That's why he said you gotta be planted like a tree by living water, by the river running water. You gotta be planted there. Otherwise, you're not going to get nowhere. See, your mentality has to be planted to the point where you want to keep flowing, you want to keep growing, you want to keep administering and ministering and learning and growing. That's a lot to say, but administering, learning, and growing through the grace of God. So what you want is this river mentality. See, I got a river leading to the ocean mentality, because something I've never seen that's so vast that I can't even fathom it. See, that's the mentality you want to have when it comes to God. You want it to be so broad and so that even the things that you imagine, you like, don't ever say this. He can't do it. Because there's nothing too hard for God. But if you got a puddle mentality, when it dries up, you forget all about God. Because you're like, well, shoot, I had a couple of dollars, but I don't know what I'm going to do now. Well, shoot, you got the wrong mentality. Either you want something that's going to drop or you want something that's going to keep flowing. I want you to think about that and always let that sink in. It's your boy. Peace.